having such a depth of history means that we're connected to generations of queer people in our city. I think it puts us in a really unique position as one of the oldest LGBTQ centers in the country, where we get to kind of have this back and forth dialogue with folks that lets us be really flexible.
We have a lot of movement and fluidity within our programming. So to look at that in the grand scheme of like what were we doing 50 years ago when it was like 1 or 2 staff people to now what are we doing today with like 13 staff people, 2 whole offices, an entire library, and emotional support babies on staff.
I do programming with the Madison Area Transgender Association, and we're trying to really loop in the 50-plus community as well as the young trans and non-binary community. So we're kind of breaking down those silos.
I'm awestruck by our community constantly, working with the trans community, especially the trans community here in Madison.
YHDP stands for Youth Homelessness Demonstration Program, and it's a program that's geared towards reducing the amount of LGBTQ youth that are homeless. Outreach was specifically asked to partner on this project due to the acknowledgement of disproportionate rates of youth who are LGBTQ and homeless at the same time.
And we've made tons of progress, and it saddens me and infuriates me that we're losing some of that progress. And so I hope that we continue to fight, to support each other, and fight the good fight is how I like to describe it.
Especially now with how many legal battles that are going on with various trans rights and things like that, it's like being back at the same time. So as they're seeing that out in the world, sometimes we need to learn from our elders too.
And older queer people need to hear from younger people as well. It needs to be a two-way street. I mean, while it's really important to those of us who are aging that people know what we went through and what our stories are, that it's so important that we know what young people are struggling with today.
I think my favorite memories are just like running into folks in the community that we've been able to help that are like comfortable being like, hey, like thank you for what you've done. And I'm really glad that like this group existed, or this like festival happened, or this like care package drive happened.
I think that probably 50 years from now, there's still going to need to be an outreach.
I think of our clients now that are 17, that's 40 years down the road. I would still love for outreach to be around for them.
Uplifting the most marginalized, oppressed identities frees everyone. So everyone is going to get to benefit from the liberation of Black trans folks, Black and brown LGBTQ people, and the entire LGBTQ community as a whole.
We're in this for each other. And for the benefit of our community and for future generations of queer people.
So we're kind of catching people from being, super young, right out of, almost out of high school, all the way through to their end. So it's kind of all around, like a reach around, almost like a hug, like, okay, let's be there for you, and whatever, no matter what stage of life you're at.
It's kind of a sanctuary, I think, a lot of people feel that way, is that they can come here and be safe and be comfortable.
There's so much laughter in this office, and there's so much joy and so much taking care of each other.
The work that I do is very much connected to my own oppression as well. So uprooting myself from that oppression and then being able to extend that hand to members of my community is really big for me.
Our joy is absolutely powerful and is one of the best kind of forces we have in opposition to the discrimination and the hatred that we have to deal with kind of outside these walls.
I have a lot of work to do too, but I've got a whole team, and they've got me too.
My life has been enriched by being a member of my community, our community. So thank you, everyone.
Being a LGBTQ icon as well is very, is his own job all in itself, it really is.
See, I can't wait till like mine randomly comes on and everyone's like, what the hell is she wearing? A bat onesie. Because this is outreach. I'm reaching out to the bat community. Nobody thinks about them. What do you think the B in LGBTQ+ stood for?